Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're doing another episode in our legendary Isabella von Karstein campaign using the Steel Faith Overhaul mod. So, I looked up, I finally found the mod patch notes, so I can see sort of what all changed and what their reasoning was behind different things. So, in general, yes, they did change this. I'm not crazy. They did move the Terror guys down here. They said they made all the units for like all factions, the top end units, a lot more expensive so that you can't just spam them and run a lot of them. So they want them to feel epic, they want them to feel powerful on the battlefield, and so they don't want you to have a lot of the top end units. So strategies that rush like top end tier 5 units, and there are some strategies like that with some factions, particularly Beastmen and Chaos could do that pretty easily because of the way that their growth works when they raise things. So for example, I know in the Beastman campaign, the original one that I did, I'm pretty sure that I rushed up to Cygors extremely quickly because they build out of magic users also, and that was integral to my strategy for success there. And then with Chaos, we rushed to something that was tier 5 pretty quickly. No, we got Manticores very quickly, and then there was something else, I think. Oh, we got the Dragon Ogres. The Shagos, because there was, I believe those were the only siege units. And I wanted the legendary Lord Kolek. So we got to the Shaggoth Ogre. So anyways, so they made it to where you can't spam top end units, which will hurt factions that have garbage early game units. You know, most notably, I mean, Chaos is pretty bad early on. So anyways, whatever. That was a cool creative thing they did. I think it's interesting. We'll see how they compensated the other factions, but they have changed it like 3 times in the last week. They just changed the game today. I think it was mostly just bug fixes and such, but nothing that should change our overall strategy. Okay, I did read that they said that the Chaos invasions and the Norska invasion should be much, much stronger. So we'll see how that works. I'm looking forward to trying to deal with that. Norska is coming out in about a week and a half proper. I really want to try this mod with Norska, but I might just do a standard Norska first because this mod probably won't have them in there for a while. I don't know. I can see if they ask in a Q&A. If they come up with this mod for Norska within a day or two, then I might try it out. Okay, so first order of business, I believe, is just sieging this.
I cannot.
Yeah, they're not going to stop us. Go ahead and just do it.
Kill them.
Here, we do have one of these. We could lightning strike. It doesn't matter. Does it? Let me see. No, they're in the town, so it doesn't matter. Okay. So, who are the threats? We have weak lords. Just want to make sure we keep our large units out of halberds. They did take away the bonus versus large on halberds. I saw that. An interesting choice. So now they are like your standard armor piercing choice, and they like upgraded the spears, I believe. Yeah, so they have a much larger bonus against large. So that's interesting. That makes these halberds actually somewhat dangerous, because they have decent pierce now and they have higher weapon strength, I believe is what they did with them. They still have pretty low melee attack though, and I didn't see anything that said that they changed their attack animations, and they have the slowest animations in the game. So I don't like. They're basically trying to turn them into greatswords, is what it looks like, at a lower level before you get greatswords. So kind of like your intermediary, like infantry domination unit with armor piercing. But I believe the attack animations are still going to be garbage. I mean, we'll see. But yeah, we should be slightly more careful with them than we had been in the past, because they do higher base damage. So they aren't complete garbage against infantry now. They're better, but I'm curious to see if they did anything with the animations. So we need to watch them, because they can cut through the armor on the vampires with that penetration. Everything else I think is pretty straightforward. These handgunners have pretty high damage, I think, but they're not going to matter because they won't get a clear line of sight shot. We play our cards right. None of this is going to matter. We just have to keep the big stuff out of the spears. Okay, let's do it. They just consistently underestimate how strong these vampires are.
Isabella von Karstein.
They did change a lot of the magic in kind of interesting ways.
Vampire. What? Your desire?
Oh, I didn't put the one girl with them, so we are short a vampire. I forgot to move her over. Hopefully that's not a big deal. I don't think it should be. Okay, because it's been about a day since I did this campaign. So we should have had the 5th vampire in there, but I think it'll be okay anyways. I mean, we haven't even come close to losing one of these sieges, so I don't want to jinx it, but I think it'll be okay. I mean, they just don't have the kinds of units yet that they need to have to deal with us. I guess we can just make those our one group. We could have raised some zombies too, just to take up space. So we're gonna run these over here and try to break down the side door. Get a clean shot. So we're gonna start here so they don't deploy people over there. Then we're gonna run over there as fast as we can. Okay.
Living will join us.
I mean, she has a lot of missile resistance, so if they want to aim for my lord, I'm totally cool with that.
Do not mock me.
Looks like that's what they want to do.
Quickly. Swiftly.
No, they don't have regen. Nope, no, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. Misclick.
Yes. So be it. Quickly. Isabella.
I mean, I could just climb this,
Vampire. Agree.
but I'd rather not, like, come off the ladder or whatever. I'd rather just come up the ramp here with these guys. I guess I could, yeah, let's go ahead and bring these guys over here. This probably makes more sense. Sorry to send you all running in different directions, but...
Swiftly. Isabella von Karstein. It shall be. Your desire? I would, yes, good.
It's over there, just dogs, halberds. Alright. They did deploy some stuff over there. Yeah, now they're trying to shoot at me. I could try to pick these guys off. I don't really want to risk getting my units caught, though.
Countess.
Let's go ahead and deploy them over here, I guess.
Living will join us. Vampire.
Oh, I do have some zombies, okay. Yeah, regenerating a little bit in there. Whoa, 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 what? Why? I don't like how we're all like the same color, whatever. Wait, why can't I get over here? Okay. Yep, just hanging out. Life stealing, you know, murder and everything. You know how it is. Alright, sure, just go ahead and drop on in. Almost got this gate. That'll let my people in, I think. Make sure we get this gate. Hell, I have the gate. Can we just open it? Why can't I open the gate? There we go. Dang it, closed. Alright, somebody's got to come over here to let these guys in. Guess I can use the horrors for that? I don't know. Crap, no, they better not get closed out. No! Oh my god, that's so troll. Okay, send these guys down here. Mechanics.
I need blood. At once it shall be. Death to the living.
Okay, can we get everybody in here now, please? Let me just... Do I have a 3? Do you have a 3 group? Okay, let's just go ahead and make them 4 group. Let's go ahead and get them in here. Just go put your head down, and we put these guys in our 2 group here. Let's have them come around the sides and just round up all these dogs. And just throw a heal on them. A quick one. Yeah, just send in the dogs. Kill all these people. Whatever, just run up the middle here. Just poison them down. around, tear up the flanks. And we can come through here and just like hook them up from the back. I'm just trying to get a full surround on him. We're taking a little heat here. It's fine. Okay, something's actually hitting her. What's hitting her? Kind of ward or something.
Into darkness, see them tremble.
Oh yeah, it looks delicious. Tear up all these gunners. Is there a ward in here somewhere? I don't even know what. Get everybody in here. Just.
Find me if you dare, vampire.
God, these dogs are just tearing them up. Dogs are so great against little humans. Where's Isabella? She's right here. Trying to get her in because she's getting a little injured.
They will suffer. I will. Isabella von Karstein.
1% chance to win, ladies and gentlemen. Not sure if that's going to be enough to kill him, but
We are the new order. Your time has come. Isabella von Karstein. I am gone quickly. Excellent, Isabella von Karstein.
oh, I needed to get these ghouls topped off.
The von Karsteins march. Blood crimson.
The regeneration just feels a bit hardcore for the early game. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to come across some tough stuff here in a little bit that I can't just like plow through, but remember, I'm just trying to kill all these just to get some money, get some experience, better chance of dropping magical items if I kill them. Pretty sure. Okay, Isabella, she's almost got one more heal in her. Streets are just littered, dude. Those hounds, man. Those things are so good at killing little unarmored, like, missile units. They're like animation and just rate of fire. It must just be crazy. Like little zerglings or something. Use a StarCraft metaphor. Close victory, man. Whew. That was a barn burner. Almost got me. Close, dude. My vampires are just right on the edge, man. Right on the edge. Against psychology immune units, it'll probably be a lot harder to some extent, because the terror is not going to work on them. Humans are just very frightened little creatures. Like savage orcs and stuff like that. Yeah, I just need the money, I think, to sack and take it. I mean, if I was guaranteed to get a level 2, it might be worth it to do this, but I want the money. They did change it to -15, but I don't think that applies to Occupy.
Annihilate them.
So it should only be -10 and then -5 per. Yeah, so we only got the -10 and then -5 per. Accidentally left out my vampire friend here. Could just move the necromancer over and wait one more turn before I build all this up. I did actually get... No, I didn't get a level 2. 2,000. It's 250. So I'm gonna get 20% off there. That takes it down to 1,600. So I think it's definitely worth it to wait a turn. Why is it 157? That seems really weird. Does it start to get... There's a limit to it or something? Diminishing returns? That's gotta be it. Don't get the full value.
Vlad von Karstein. What?
And with him, I could just go ahead and take Waldenhof. I'm pretty sure it'd be safe to take that.
King of darkness. The world will be mine.
For real. Okay, well, they certainly make you fight a lot of battles in this. I mean, I'm all for not of using the auto-resolve system, but they have no chance, like, 0 chance to win this battle. They don't even have a general there. I've got a legendary lord with a freaking terrorgeist and, like, crypt horrors. How on earth does it think this is 50-50? I mean, I do like to be able to auto-resolve some things that are obvious so we could finish the campaign eventually, but, you know, whatever. Alright. Put all the garbage in a stack here. Oh, look at this bad boy. I never actually had one of these in the other vampire campaign. I just kind of skipped him and got other stuff. Pretty sweet though. It's gonna be a complete slaughter. I should try some of these like custom battles that are super hard too. like mods that I've seen people do. It'd be pretty cool. They are knocking out my spears, which is probably one of the more annoying units they could really hit. Oof. Thank God, man. That was about 50-50. That was a close one. It was rough. Real rough. Oh, well, at least they injured all my units, right? Heal it all back, and then I'm just going to replenish it, like, next turn. I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't take that long to do it. It's just, you know... I just wish people would just be good, like, and just not exploit. So they don't make me fight all these fights that I don't need to fight. Like, they're doing that, and I heard someone say, like, you know, is a top-name Total War person. I'm not gonna say who it is, but they're one of the top 5 more popular people for Total War. Played. I love his campaigns. Wonderful. Plays on Legendary, plays at a top level. But he was just like, you know, I really love this mod that they had that makes it's like such a larger penalty for auto resolve. It's great. I recommend everyone get this mod. I'm like, how about just don't abuse it? Like, you're a really smart player, you know how to play. How about just say, hey, if I'm gonna gain an advantage through auto resolve, then I'm just not gonna do it, you know? If the results don't look accurate, if it looks like I'm going to get a better fight, then just don't do it. You know, and he would go through and he would talk about, oh, well, I can't get these units because they don't auto-resolve very well. Like, single entity mass units don't auto-resolve very well, so I'm not going to get the big monsters in the campaign because I can't auto-resolve with them. I'm like, then don't auto-resolve with them. I don't know. Like, I love him. He's great. He's actually the person who got me into Total War. I loved his Attila campaign. Western Roman Empire. I'm probably kind of giving away who it is at this point. I love him. He's one of my favorites, but I'm just like, dude, just have a little self-control. I mean, his argument is if it's in the game, he's going to do it type of thing, because he just thinks it's, you know, stupid not to do the most efficient strategy. And I'm like, but just don't. Like, if it feels sleazy, just don't do it. You don't have to do stuff just because it's easy and sleazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of easy and sleazy things you can do in life, but you don't have to do them. Uh-oh. What's going on over there? Hold on one second while this is loading. Let's see. There's a bug running across my floor. I think it's a shoe or something. They're gonna say, "Oh, it's a baby scale. We're gonna jump on it." Sorry about that. My wife just got up with our daughter, and then there was like a centipede or something running across the floor that I had to go take care of really quickly. You know, a lot of bugs are pretty innocuous, but you know, if they bug bite a baby or something, it could be a problem, like spiders or centipedes. So there aren't a lot of dangerous bugs where I live, but anyways. Still, if it's kind of close to a door, if it's a spider or something, I'll just like take it outside. But my hair feels ridiculous. Does it look too ridiculous? Like more ridiculous than usual? Let me see. I haven't taken a shower since this morning, and my hair starts to look kind of weird since last morning. I guess it's morning here now at this point. But okay, sorry about that. Here we go. Board. All right, I'm gonna occupy here. No point sacking when it's like 300. What? Okay, whatever. I guess maybe this mod gives out better black traits. That's for the black cards. Okay, Manfred has that. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. I want to see. So right now I have 157. This says that it gives 15%. I want to see what happens when that pops up. Oh, I did just do 15% over here too, right? Well, no, it's already up. This one? Okay. I don't know, whatever. So what is it? It's 157. So it should go, if there's no diminishing returns, it should go to 172. We'll see how that goes. Okay. What do I need for blood drinker? I must have just gotten it. Okay. Okay, we've got Children of the Night. Act. Okay, so now we have to ask ourselves, what do we want to do next? We could go for the dwarves. They look kind of weak, but we don't have the same strength of that vampire army. The vampire army is pretty crazy. I think we will come over here because we're gonna need to make the vampire roost or whatever soon here. We're just about ready. We almost have enough money for that. So let's go like right here. I think we've already made all our stuff here, right? For now, yes. I think we can go like right, well, let's just go like right here. Then I can go to any province that I need to, whether it's actually here. Then I can run across to here if I need to. So then I can cover here, 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 or here. I'm just primarily using him just for the construction cost. Just so that stuff is 20% cheaper. So I have to wait a turn, and then I'll just buy everything here. So the total stick price is going to be, so I need to save 2,000. And tier 1, we're going to buy a charnel. So 27.5, and then over at the moot. That's insulated by other places, so I don't think we need to get a defensive building there. Probably. So we can just go Gibbet and Balefire. That'll be, what, 27, 37, 5,500. So we need to save about 5,500 for that. Then after that, we should be able to start making some moves here. Kemperbad, now something's sieging them up there. I mean, I'm feeling pretty brazen right now. I feel like almost nothing can stop this vampire army, so I'm kind of tempted just to like run them over. But no, there's gonna be a rebellion down here. We have to like consolidate every time we want to expand until we get more of these balefires. So we're gonna have to come down here and fight.
Who wishes the
I need at least one vampire over here. Probably more than one, honestly. So make sure we can't hire any more. I don't think I can siege Carrickadreen without more like, vampires or heavy hitters. I mean, these Stern's Guard would be really nice for it, but how tough is Eschen? Not very. I think we can beat Eschen. This is a great open field army because we have so many wolves, especially against human factions, so maybe we just go for Eschen. So Zufbar has stabilized. We're at +4. We're only losing 2 from corruption. Military crackdown. Okay. That's all good. Upgrade Gibbet. Oh, I was going to do another Balefire. Okay, so we will... Where's my other dude? This guy had Builder yet? He doesn't have Builder yet. Prime Mover. So I'm going to need to maybe move him down here. Yeah, I could go ahead and deploy him here next turn. I don't know. Do I really want to... I think I want to level these up. Let's put a couple of charnels here. Why not? 40 growth. I can sell them later. Yeah, might as well. I'll drop a couple of charnels here. Help me get up to tier 5 faster. So we're going to deploy here. Buy up everything here. And then we'll come over here, deploy again. We need to run him down here. Okay, so do I want to wait to upgrade this stuff? I don't think so. It's going to take too long. Let's just do this. We want to build Balefires. I would say like 600. So this I need to do right now, because that, if I wait 2 turns, that's going to be like 375 gold, whereas 20% off of this. It's not even going to be, yeah, 20% off would be 400. It's close. I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. This, however, we can wait on until we get a Necromancer down there, so we'll hold off on that for a little bit. Maybe upgrade that to tier 3 as well. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so that looks good. That's all that's building. We're waiting 1 turn on that stuff. Everything else is all good. Rotep here probably needs to run over here. I need 1 vampire for the replenishment. So we're breaking up the band a little bit here. I think this squad is still pretty hardcore. Wouldn't hurt to have 1 Banshee over here too for the terror, but we do have the terror guys to help cause terror, so got that covered. Nice, causes terror. I like it. Okay, looks all good. campaign line of sight I want on the Banshee. They both have campaign line of sight. No, this one doesn't. Oh, yeah, she does actually. Okay, whatever. Might as well put it on somebody, right? Do not have enough armor and such for all of these critters. Okay.
Thou shalt treat me with the respect I deserve, or die.
They're offering to become a vassal? What do they have left? There's two things. Oh, Ostland. Who has this? Ostland. Empire and Bretonians. I don't think they supply me with that much tribute. And they are very likely to betray me. I don't think so. Let's take them out. I just need to keep devoting a lot of money to the infrastructure here. Interesting. Okay, so we have to go get beach hopping. Now, what do I need to do for her quest? Need character to Essen. Where's Essen? Oh, right there.
Yes, my son.
For the wisdom of the land.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to siege that without a serious army.
Cease.
Queen of darkness.
Melissa the Savage. I like it. Okay. I think we decided we were gonna rotate down here and we want to get to influential. I really don't even care about these steeds at all. I don't cycle charges with them. I just put her on the front line, just have her fight. I think that didn't cause terror, I don't think. Cares. I'd rather just be able to climb the wall and just not be scared of spears.
I'd with her first.
Join me.
This night, hellish vigor.
To darkness. I am darkness.
Okay, so we'll probably just have to do a like hopefully one military crackdown in each area should be enough.
Now.
Okay. I really even care about a charnel here.
I thirst.
What? Bow before me.
Not sure. Okay, let's... We'll just wait for the tier 2 and then just go Balefire. give it and go to tier 3.
I refuse.
What are we at? 187, okay. So let's have something that gives like 7% or something like that. Alright. We don't have a lot of crypt ghouls. Like, we aren't using a ton of them. They're okay. I think Tireless Hordes is a pretty good one. Well, income from cities. Blood is power is actually really nice. We are starting to get more cities. How much money are we getting from cities right now? Okay, so from this place we're getting 250, 450, 975, 1275. I think my math might be a little off. I'm gonna do it pretty quickly. Let's call it 1250, 1500, 1700. 375. Let's call it 2100. 2500. 28. 35. Or 30. 30, 50. 32. So it's like 32, 3300. So 15% would be like an extra 450 or so per turn, which is significant. So maybe we just go for that then. Extra growth is obviously huge too. I think we'll go for that. We did get Spread the Covens now, and Vampiric Corruption. She's White Kings. What's in leadership when laying siege is actually not bad, but whatever. Okay, I think that's good. Go ahead and grab a Balefire here. Even though I don't have a Necro. There's just not going to be a Necro down here anytime soon. I think we can at least get the tier 2. I mean, I do need vampires as well. I need to start spreading this stuff, though, over to these places. I could backtrack over here if I trust these dwarves. I mean, are they gonna come at me anytime soon? Well, they might. They do not like us. I'll just go ahead and upgrade this to tier 2. If I'm gonna do that, I don't want a charnel. Tier 2 gate money building. Let's go ahead and do that, and then we can come over here and grab this mountain stuff. I think this is pretty easy to grab at this point with this army. They're not going to have an army back there, I don't think. They might. I could go for Essen, but...
Undeath ascendant.
The von Karstein.
You're gonna need a third army pretty soon too, but...
Secret boons. The world will drown in blood.
So far, that's adjacent to this, right? Yep. They're getting vampiric.
Lord of the night. They will bend. All shall know me. I tremble.
Okay, so hopefully they don't declare for a little bit. We can go ahead and come over here. Does it say deploy or just have someone walk over there? Capture feature off and move a character into the region. Okay, so it does not say deploy. Okay, so we can just go ahead and... Now I do need the vampire down here, but... I think we can go ahead and get away with doing that quest. That should be all good. I think we're progressing about at the same rate as the vanilla one. We're taking different stuff. Different times. So we got the mountains first last time, and this time we are getting some of this middle territory a little bit more. You guys are trying to step up to me, huh? How do they feel about me? We aren't really that strong. Who's stronger than me on this map, honestly? Stirland is kind of strong. People I haven't seen yet, so... Probably gotta be like greenskins or dwarfs. Well, I can see the dwarfs right now. Chaos? Elf? Maybe Bretonia, I don't know. Oh, it shows what he owns. Okay. Oh, Stirland took over Midland. Okay.
Descendant of Batur.
Do not mistake me for the fool.
They have some dangerous stuff. Not really that much.
I hunt.
Alright, let's go ahead and fight. I think we can fight him without hiring much else. Let's see. It's a necromancer, which is really weak. Oh wow, it's just gonna... Now they're recognizing I can crush him. Okay, so they hurt the hounds, but they didn't kill any.
Now they'll sing. Yes.
Could try to grab Fildorf next.
Let us talk.
So we have Lightning Strike. Don't care that much about growth. Undying Horde, probably. Our replenishment is just so off the charts right now anyways, though. I mean, not off the charts. It's like, this is not replenishing that quickly. Wait, do I have? So I have 12 more points. Don't care about that as much. That will be nice later. Oh, excuse me, if I go Blood Knights, which I probably will. I don't really like cycle charges with her that much though. And 16 armor is pretty good. I don't really care about my attack, melee attack. I win all of the long fights. All of that's pretty bad. Okay, so I think I can go for Flying Horrors. I don't think I'm going to go with that many Terrorgeist, though. It's just kind of a utility. They're very expensive now. Maybe some Varghulfs. Yeah, I think Undying Horde is probably the next best thing. Propagandist. Watcher, maybe. Enemy hero success chance for characters in local enemy region. Okay, so if I'm in an enemy region, and I get the bodyguard. So I need one of these with each ward, probably, to prevent them from messing with me. Okay, so that only works in enemy region. This works in all regions, or this works on the specific army. Guess we'll just go with that. Brave Ward. Oh, excuse me. Wardle will definitely, and then Grave Ward after that.
You need me?
Now, what do I want to do? Could go ahead and upgrade this to tier 3. The tier 3s. I do need to get this vampire online, but it's not that important. Like, yeah, I would like a Varghulf, but that's kind of cute. Like, it's not necessary just yet. What's necessary is getting the Coven stuff to spread the vampiric corruption everywhere. So that would spread it to this province, here. It would back spread it to the Moot. I think it would, yeah, it would hit through here, and it would hit down in here, because these have a border right here, and it would actually go over here too. So there's a lot of good stuff that it's touching, and yeah, here. And it will allow me to upgrade the gibbets to tier 2 and put gates on things that I need to put gates on. So, how expensive is this operation? That's like 8,000 gold to do that. And then upgrading these is another 8. So it's 16,000 to do that. And then I get upgraded gibbets though. So it's total package is 20,000. Or do I want like a Vark? I don't, like I said, I don't think I need a Vark with this army though. It's just so insane. Because that right there is going to take another, you know, 16,000? At least 16,000. This little dude might be pretty good to pick up eventually. It's 7,500 for him, though. The Banshees get extra recruitment rank. You get 2 White Kings. Am I so sure? Are these really that bad? Let me see. Do I need... Let me just look at this again. I mean, maybe they don't suck as bad as I think. Maybe they do have some utility. It does require Ancient Armory, though. Are these really that bad? So they are on the expensive side. The melee attack does suck. Oh, they don't even cause terror. What? What's the point? I guess they're good against armor piercing, but they don't have good fight. Like you don't want them to stand and fight. Like, they would be good at flanking. It just seems garbo. I mean, they do have good armor piercing, but they just don't have the melee attack to make that happen. They're just not really that fast. Their leadership's awful. I mean, the White King is probably nice. He can fight. He's not going to regenerate, though. It would be nice to have a couple of those just to get the extra chevrons. I'll probably get this eventually just to get the chevrons. This guy does fire. A little bit bonus versus infantry. He does cause terror. Slightly higher melee attack. Pretty fast. Decent armor piercing. I mean, the flaming attack and magical attacks are definitely a thing, but I don't know. I mean, maybe those would be good against elves, so I can get the only source of fire damage against the trees. I don't know. Low priority. Low priority. What is this? All forest units. Alright. So I think the verdict is we need to move over here, wait a turn, and then hire both, or like build both of those.
Find me,
That place is settled. This place is going to have a rebellion in like 2 turns. How strong is Faldorf? Or not Faldorf, Clan Argrim. Why are these guys creeping on me though? That's the thing. I don't want to start a fight with them. They do not like me because I am well aversion. I mean, I could just kill these guys right now. I do not want to have to replace these hounds, though. I mean, I don't really need them with this army, but they're so cheap and efficient. Did I just kill this right now? Like, if the problem is if I don't kill this, it might run over and start backdooring me or something. I could also just go like hardcore and go take out these dwarves and just take this town right now. Can't hold it though. That means I'm gonna have to fight Crooked Moon if I do that. Might need a scout. That would give me some money though, which would, you know, help me with my building projects. This guy's recruiting. I could catch his army right now. That's Belegar too. Could put him in timeout for a few turns. Dang, is that tier 3? It is tier 3. Now, if I mess with those guys though, they might come down off the mountains and mess with me before I have gates here. I need to put gates in Grinstad. It's just so tempting to just kill him right now. These dwarves are almost certainly going to fight me, though, right? The dwarves hate me. Oh yeah, any moment now.
I cannot.
One's up there. Like, I could rotate and start moving on this stuff. I think the next thing I would want... This stuff is gonna be under control, I think, after I get... like, one more... lack of corruption, vampire... Okay, so I'm only losing 3 from corruption right now. This army can't really backdoor me that well. Like, I could just... because I have a pretty decent garrison. All these have the right king, or white king. I think I just want to fight these dwarves. Okay, so what are they going to have? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quarrelers. Heavy range, heavy firepower. Belegar shreds armor, so that's pretty significant, but we can just gang up on him and kill him, I think. What else do we have here? This is not walled. No. A few more of these. I think we can just combine those, make that a bit easier, and then Sternsmen I think will help. On the expensive side, but they do regenerate, and they will help us just kind of carve up dwarves a little bit better. These are too much for what they are, I think. These are ridiculously overpriced. I think these Sternsmen will be pretty good. Their bonus versus infantry. 10. Okay, so they'll have 42 melee attack, 54 weapon damage with piercing. They regenerate, they have silver shields. Okay, let's go ahead and hire them.
Now they'll see.
You need me.
Let me see if someone will pay us for this. Crooked Moon. I wonder if Crooked Moon will pay us. Or Jagged Horn Tribe. Oh, they are military allied with Border Princess and Telia. Do I really want to open that up? Border Princess are sitting right here. It's not ready for that yet, I don't think. I mean, I could kill these little weasels. I need to kill something. I just bought those Sternsmen. I mean, it's a good time to pick off these dwarves. It will take them a few turns to come kill me if they want to.
By the comet.
This is a tier 2. I mean, I could just drop a Vampire Lord here and just, like, raise dead and just hire all the mercenaries if I have to. And defend it. I'm gonna do it. We'll keep it spicy.
This is bad news. I'll poke out your eyes.
They're at war with a lot of people. Clan Argrand. Oh, wait, what? They might become my vassal if I did that. Do I want them as my vassal? They really, I've never seen that before. Like almost negative 1,000. What do they have? Territory. They have this. I really don't like vassal ships because then you can't count on people. Like they will just betray you. I don't want a vassal ship. Let's just see if he'll pay us to fight.
Speak up, or I'll take your tongue.
You ever wondered, like, how much does this faction really like me. See how much it costs to give them a gift. If it's like 400, 300, or 400, they actually kind of like you. If it is, you know, more than 1,000, then they don't like you. So that's kind of a way to predict if a faction's going to go to war with you at least a little bit, is how much do they want to get that small gift of diplomacy. If it's a lot, then they're probably going to fight you pretty soon. So they're like 800, versus if we look at like Argrund, let's see.
Oscalar, I want nothing to do with your vile
See, they're
schemes.
1,500, which means they really, really hate me. They just don't even want my free money that I'm going to give them. So they're almost certainly going to go to war with me anyways.
Stay away, Diggins. Say what you got to
Okay.
say, then go.
If they'll give us like at least 300. Okay, sure.
Countess.
Nah, that could be really bold. That could be really dumb, because I just went to war with like 3 other people. I think they joined, right? Oh, their allies bailed on them? What? Border Princes in Telia? Oh. Hold on, did I circumvent it? Because they paid me to go to war. I was invited by them to go to war. Oh, I didn't know that's how that works. That's interesting. Because if I just declared straight up war, he would pull in his military allies. Right? So these two would automatically have to go to war with me. At least in vanilla, that's how it worked. But now it seems like if I get someone to pay me to go to war with them, then it's like they invited me to go to war, so it wasn't a formal declaration of war from me directly on them, so that sort of circumvents this. So now I'm not at war with these two, I don't believe, unless I'm just misreading that. No, I'm not at war with them. Interesting, okay. Never knew that. Oh, that's a famous battle site. Okay, so that means I can get cool troops there too. Alright, let's fight them.
Death and destruction! Kill them!
Let me just see, what can I hire here, raise dead wise, since that's a famous battle site.
No mercy!
Ooh. Ooh. That's expensive, but that's some spicy stuff there. Holy crap. I mean, I don't need a Vargul to fight him, but... Graveguard. They only have 32 melee attack. That is so weak. I mean, that's like a swordsman. Look. They have 32 melee attack. They do have 42 damage, but only 32 melee attack. Now, there are 120 in a stack.
Not possible. The Empire.
I mean, if the freaking Pistoliers have, like, 32 melee attack, just about. They have 30. That's just so low. That's ridiculous. How much do dwarves have?
I think not.
Okay, they don't have that much either.
Massacre them!
Okay, so I don't need a Vargul per se. That would let me siege on the first turn. Now, I wouldn't get the cool tower that I've been getting to help me, but it would be faster. They do have kind of poor leadership, but they get a little bit of a bonus. I mean, 466 is obviously not that much. I kind of want to try it out and just see if they suck or not before I build up. That's a pretty good thing. I could take them for a trial run here. Then if they suck, then I just won't even build up the forest chain, and that'll save me some money down the line. He does regenerate. He does cause terror. He is much cheaper than the Terrorgeist. He does very high damage. He doesn't have the Terrorgeist Howl. And he doesn't have as much armor as the Terrorgeist. Obviously, he doesn't have the Terrorgeist Scream. But he's also like 300 gold less. He doesn't fly. But he is fast. He does cause terror. He does regenerate. His physical resistance is alright. Missile resistance is alright. He weighs a lot, I'm pretty sure. I mean, he's just massive. So like his charge is going to be huge. And he can get focus fired, so you gotta be careful with that. You guys are 504. I want to try him out. I mean, why not? Let's YOLO this, if anyone even uses that term anymore. These are like okay, they're just sort of... Wait, what is resilience? Okay. Or they have like more physical resistance or something. They got 3%. It's not 25% missile resistance. I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and get this Vargolf. It's definitely expensive, but
Attack! All shall perish.
I'll give him a whirl. There's no lightning strike here. I mean, we might as well, like, we have a good chance to take out their Legendary Lord. They're going to attack me very soon. I will guarantee you that they were going to come for me. So we might as well strike them while they're weak. Get a little bit of extra money from a sack here. We're going to have to go back and deal with the rebellion. You know, maybe with Vlad, I should just run over here and just tag team with her and just take all this stuff around. And he can just clean up rebellions and just not even worry about the mountains for a little bit. Like, I do want the mountains, but I'm going to get quagmired over there, and I don't know, I'm going to be out of position if someone just decides to declare war on me and fight me. Like, if Auslan just comes at me, I'm not going to have an army. So maybe I should just keep them closer together. I'm going to need a third army to cover all this stuff. I could send a third army up there soon. Let's gamble it. Wrecked. Alright.
I am immortal. I'm in your throne. Vampire, it shall be.
I think I will do that, and that'll let me to just keep leveraging these vampires early. This is still pretty early in the game. I think it's like turn 40 or something. A lot of places aren't going to have tier 4, tier 5 units yet. So I can just leverage his strength. Put the Sternsmen in with our frontliners. These are kind of our flankers. And these can be our beast mode flankers. And our flanker. Okay. Where are they? They're over there somewhere. We just gotta run at them. How does he look? Yeah. I mean, he was awesome in my Manfred campaign. He takes some abuse and auto-resolve, but...
Vampire.
I mean, we could just have the vampires just run up and knock out the quarrelers.
Your desire? What?
I think I'm okay with just letting this crew, not the ghouls actually. Let's hold the ghouls back. Let's just put them with our flankers here. That'd be fine. This stuff, whatever. They can all just run in there. These are very resistant to damage, and these just don't matter. I think that's what I'll do. I'll move Vlad over here.
It is done. Quickly.
He's injured. Oh, there's only 7, so I am missing one of them. I feel like I could just take anything right now with this army at this point in the game. Like, I need to be, like, going after Altdorf. Just, like, the big ticket stuff. Maybe I'm being a little too foolhardy in that assumption, but I don't want to put the get there and tear these guys up, man. They're like getting to fire even though I need these guys in combat before I deploy the hounds. I don't want them fighting the hounds. I just want the hounds to kind of be like these shock troops. Hey, thanks so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. He's firing on these Sternsmen. Use the hounds to chase after the runners. Wait, why can't I cast? Okay, interesting. These boys off my Sternsman. Now where am I? Oh, she's just kind of caught up in the middle here. That's fine. I just want to send these hounds after running units so they don't rally back. Ooh, they're killing my ghouls. She's getting beaten up. I need to go put him on... Okay, they're all dead. Where's my Vargul? Get over here. Actually, just fight him. Whatever. Where are these hounds? Oh god, the hounds. They're firing on the hounds. Dang it. They're focus firing my hounds. Really, if everything's sitting here firing, you gotta fire on the hounds. Come on, bros. Okay, it's taking too long to kill this. We gotta kill. Just forget Belegar. Kill everything else. We have to stop this stuff from like running around. Let's forget Belegar. We can just put her on him or something.
See them tremble. I will.
I don't care about that. Just get over here and kill this. Okay, the hounds are killing them. Okay, they ran.
Isabella von Karstein.
Where? Oh, she's down here fighting. It's fine. Belegar.
Agreed. Your time has come, vampire. We are immortal. Vampire. For Isabella. Agreed. To war. Vampire.
It's a close victory.
We are immortal.
I only killed 57. That's pretty. It's pretty weak, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty weak.
Vampire. At once. Yes.
I mean, he killed 105,
Bloodthirsty.
118. $151 on the Sternsman. It's pretty nice.
Very well. Swiftly. Very what?
There's 40 in there right now. I need some injured people. He's got sword generating. Yeah.
Isabella von
Oh, I'm not gonna have enough to heal him again.
Noble of the night.
Okay, we got him.
Swiftly.
Okay, whatever. We'll just end it there. Pyrrhic victory. We almost lost. They focus fired and killed my hounds. Yeah, those Sternsmen are carving them up, man. I mean, maybe the Graveguard are better than I think. They just seem like they have really wimpy stats, but they are a good front line. I mean, I'll need them in armies that don't just have a million vampires in them, which, you know, as I expand, I can't have every army. And every army wouldn't be as efficient with this many vampires either because, you know, Isabella gives that special 10-10 bonus to them, which is very significant. Sack's not worth. Couldn't occupy.
The world. Queen of darkness.
So he's alright. I mean, he was fast, and I was able to run him around and cause terror quite a lot.
Do you need fresh troops?
Yeah, I reckon we might just leave that alone for now.
I will not betray you.
Wait, who's discouraging my populace? Oh, this guy.
The clan honor.
Strike out.
What are these? Oh, spellcaster. I mean, I think we'll just savage them. I want to do that right now. I don't. Can I teleport there right now? I can't teleport. So maybe next turn. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna bring Vlad over here. These things were business though. Those were nice. I could try out some normal Graveguard. Those are pretty cheap. They don't regenerate, but they're just sturdy, you know? Like, they can hold that line for a while. Because all of this is under control. I really don't want to get up in here. I mean, this place is nice because it has gold, but I can send my third army over here to clean this up eventually when I get a third army. But I think right now I just really want to expand. Like, one of the benefits of expanding and taking over this middle area is once I get up all of those covens, expanding from the center of the map outwards is a lot better because you just get to spread more and more and more vampiric corruption. Whereas when I come over here in this corner, you know, and I spread... This is getting corruption too from osmosis. But as I, you know, turn this into corruption, where's it going to spread? It's just going to spread back into my capital. It's spread to this little province. There's nothing over here that's going to spread to. And it might spread down here. So we would get some additional spread down here. But if you go over here, like, obviously this place spreads to just all of these surrounding provinces. This place spreads to all this stuff. So they just start multiplying on each other to make a very easy path to conquest, or an easier path to conquest for many factions. So although it's nice and defensive to have these mountains, I think I just want to go with Vlad to come over here and help deal with this.
Do you need fresh troops?
Because I'm waiting to next turn to deploy here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to switch gears. And try to run over here to help.
Swifter than death.
And we could go ahead and build this Zufbar place. Unholy Forge. I don't know if this would stack if you get a forge and other things. I don't know if it would stack. I did read that, and that was deliberate, obviously, where they want that. Graveguard Blood Knights. But then if I get more, like if I get a bunch of forges, I don't know. It seems like that could be pretty abusable. But I might start getting some of these Graveguard. In some places, maybe. I mean, we have a bunch of tier 3 towns anyways, because we have to beef up to go for these balefires. So we might as well. So we can just go ahead and get rid of this, and then we can make this next turn. Then we can upgrade this to tier 3. If we want to get more balefire. This place does spread to all of this, including, I mean, I do want to get these mountainous regions eventually. So I do want like massive just balefire everywhere. It does also spread to these territories down here. So this right here is a pretty good province for it. Yeah, okay, so we will come over here. Actually, I can like run over here and then next turn deploy right here on the edge, and then I can wander up here and just rotate my vampire or my necromancers around. Okay, so next turn we'll drop a bunch of cash here. How much are we gonna need? So for this we're gonna need 4,000. Upgrading that balefire. 8,000, and then upgrading this to tier 3. 12,000. So we're gonna need 12,000 gold next turn. I think we can swing that. Actually, with the discount, I don't know. It's gonna be close. Okay, so verdict is they're good, but I'm still not convinced that I want to rush that vampire keep yet. I mean, I do need it soon. I just feel like getting all this balefire online is more beneficial right now.
You need me?
But Beastman fight, we might grab some of those
Bow.
Graveguard. We'll see. And I need to fight these guys soon. But we're going to have a rebellion here in 2 turns. Okay, I think that's going to be it. Need to check the episode timer too. We're probably pretty far over time. So we can go ahead and roll back down with her. It keeps people from doing what they want in my territory too. Like, they can go through with their ratings, they don't get attrition, but you know, it's just makes it difficult for them to wander through my territories when I have so much corruption. Interesting. Okay, how are we looking on time here? Let me see. Hopefully we're not like really far over. Oh yeah, we're really far over. Sorry, I just got kind of lost in the action this episode. So I was just enjoying it so much. It was a lot of fun. We're making some progress. Anyways, thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.